Hello, ladies and gentlemen. It's Daniel here again. This time I'm bringing you Daniel's top 10 horror movies of all time. Yes, that's right. The 10 most enjoyable movies, horror movies that I could think of. At number 10, I got Peter Jackson's The Frighteners. You're probably not going to see this on a whole lot of people's top 10 lists. It's probably left off quite a bit, but I'm a huge fan of this movie. I think it's fantastic. I love the special effects, I love the directing, I love the acting, different characters. It blends humor with tension very well. It's got Michael J. Fox is amazing, Chi McBride, and R. Lee Ermey has a great little role in it, and I'm a big fan of Jeffrey Combs, who has just a weird little fucking role in this movie. Great movie. Number 9, I've got Don Coscarelli's Phantasm 3, Lord of the Dead. I love the entire the series. I think well, except for Oblivion. I didn't really care for the fourth and final one, but the first 3 are awesome. But this is my personal favorite because I love camp, I love humor. Reggie Bannister is fantastic, and this is just a fun, enjoyable, and if you're a kid, very scary movie. Number 8, personal favorite of mine. It's probably one of my all-time favorite movies in general. The only reason it's this low on the list is because it's more of a comedy than it is a horror movie, but I had to throw it in there anyway. It's Edgar Wright's Shaun of the Dead, starring Simon Pegg and Nick Frost. Very great zombie movie. It pokes fun at the genre, but at the same time, it does have tense moments, but it is more of a comedy outright. But it's a fantastic flick all the way around. It makes me laugh my ass off every time I watch it. At number 7, I have a movie that flies under the radar a lot, but I think it was just a fantastic movie, and that is Clive Barker's Nightbreed. You had genre veteran Craig Schaefer in this. David Cronenberg has an appearance. I love this movie because I love the special effects in this movie. I love all the creatures, all the monsters, whatever you want to call them. And I love the little world they go into. I think the story is fantastic. It's a great visual movie, and I love it. At number 6, I have Wes Craven's Scream. Again, I love the entire series. 3, maybe not as much as the rest, but I still do enjoy the entire series. This film reinvented the slasher film, and it is one of Wes Craven's best movies. And it's got a fantastic cast: Neve Campbell, David Arquette, Courtney Cox, Henry Winkler's got a little tiny spot in there somewhere, Rose McGowan, Skeet Ulrich, Matthew Lillard, Jamie Kennedy. I mean, the names go on and on. This started a lot of careers for these young actors at the time, and it's just a fantastic movie. Number 5, I've got the original Dawn of the Dead. That's right, George A. Romero's Dawn of the Dead. What can you say about this movie that hasn't already been said about this movie? It raised the bar for zombie films and horror films, and it's viewed as possibly the greatest zombie film of all time. And I probably would toss my name in that hat if they were taking votes. At number 4, I've got one of my favorite horror directors, Stuart Gordon's Reanimator. Again, with Jeffrey Combs popping up in here. He's a great actor, veteran horror actor, and I love him to death, and I love him as Dr. Herbert West. And this film is fantastic. It's funny, it's gross, it's horrific, and it has one of the best scenes of all time. A beheaded head giving a woman head. That's it. I mean, you can't really beat that. At number 3, I've got another Wes Craven film. Yes, that's right, the original Nightmare on Elm Street. I'm a huge fan of the entire Nightmare series. Most people are not. Most people only like the original. I love them all, but this is definitely the best. And it's got Robert Englund as the role he's known for, Mr. Freddy Krueger. This is where you first see him, and he's more terrifying in this one than he is in the latter sequels, where he becomes kind of a clown. But it's a fantastic film, and it's one of my favorites. Number 2, I've got Sam Raimi's Evil Dead Dose. The reason I'm picking Evil Dead 2 is because it manages to blend the best of number 1 and number 3 all into one. Evil Dead is more of a horror film. Army of Darkness is more of a comedy. Number 2 is right dead in the middle. It is scary. I mean, it is scary. It is funny. It's got humor to it. I love the hand running off the walls, just trying to shoot it with the gun, blood comes spraying out, laughing moose, laughing lamp. I mean, all around good shit. Girlfriend dancing, rolling her head down her arms. All around good movie. Love it, and love Bruce Campbell. He's huge. I'm a huge fan of his. He's a hero of mine, and so had to throw him in here somewhere. And at number 1, all right. I know I'm shooting my credit in the foot a little bit, and everybody's going to give me just a hint of flack for this, but my favorite horror film is The Devil's Rejects. Rob Zombie's Devil's Rejects. Reasoning for this, man, when this movie first came out, dude, I was, mid-teens, probably, really young, really impressionable. And I watched this movie and I fell in love with it. I just thought that, I love that 70s grindhouse vibe. I thought the dialogue was just totally different than anything you'll see out there. I mean, yeah, it was very vulgar and probably a little offensive at times, but I enjoyed it. I'd laugh my ass off. I thought it was hilarious. You might call me deranged, you might call me tortured, but I don't really give a shit. I love the soundtrack was amazing to this movie. I mean, the final scene with Freebird, even the opening sequence with oh god, I can't even think of the name of it right now. But there's music all throughout the movie that was very good. The movie had a great vibe to it. It was very, very brutal film too. Very, very, very brutal film. With wild ass characters, and then one of my favorite performances in the movie's period is William Forsythe as Sheriff Lydell, as he goes from being this, the right hand of God, gunslinger, knocking down evil, to kind of being a little evil himself. And I just all around love this film. I thought it was fantastic. That's my number 1. And those are my top 10. I'm going to throw in some other notables real quick, some other personal favorites of mine, because I could have made this list. I could have made a top 100 if I wanted to, but some other notables I'm going to throw in here. Slither, James Gunn's Slither, Stuart Gordon again with From Beyond. I got Robert Rodriguez's From Dusk Till Dawn. Love that film too. Love Quentin Tarantino. That's a great one. I got Matt Reeves' Let Me In. It's the American version of Let the Right One In. Both fantastic films. I throw Let Me In there a little bit because I don't know, I like that one a little bit better. I love Chloe Moretz. I thought she was fantastic. And John Carpenter's In the Mouth of Madness. All another great movies that I love very much. Could have thrown them in there, but they were on the outside knocking in. Alright, that's my top 10. Hope you enjoyed it. Have a good one. Goodbye.